Poisoned food, poisoned water, and a poisoned air. That's what Ghanaians are gleefully consuming as the ravages of illegal mining destroys not just lands and vegetation cover, but now human lives. The latest evidence of this full extent of harmful activities of illegal mining is causing has been captured in a mercury and other heavy metals impact assessment report. Now, the report, which spans August 2024 to September of this year, has revealed alarming levels of mercury concentration along with lead and other harmful chemicals. Now, this is not the first time such a report has been released. This time we are learning even the air we breathe could be polluted with these harmful substances. Let's unpack all of that on our dashboard. Mawena will do just that. Mawena, what are the levels we are looking at?
Right, and so let's start off with what the basics are with this report. And this report was put together by the EPA and then Pure Earth with support from the UK International Development Agency as well. What we're seeing is a revelation perhaps as to the consistent conversation about the fact that there are challenges as a result of illegal mining. We're beginning to see some of these challenges being found in terms of tangentials in our soil, our food, water, fish even, and even the air we breathe. And so let's start off with some of the catchment areas and what the report found out. And so starting off with the soil where these tree crops, amongst many other things, are planted, this is the required levels of, say, mercury that can be found in the soil because it's a natural metal, and so you find it in the soil. We're expecting under 10 ppm, but what was found in Konongo Zongo is in excess of 1,342 ppm. Wow. That's in excess of 13,000 plus % above limit. Now, if you go same Konongo at Odumase was seen in excess of 9,000 cities, no, not cities, 9,000% above limit. Then we move from soil to air, and the mercury levels we're finding there. There are a lot of scientific terms, but just to make it understandable for you, we're supposed to be seeing less than 1% of whatever chemical reaction we're supposed to have in the air, in the air that we breathe. But currently, at Wasa Kayanko, was seen in excess of 14,000%. That's in terms of the air we breathe. And we move to water because they sampled in different areas, and we'll get to see that when we move along. Water was seen in excess of 1,000% contamination in terms of mercury levels, and then the soil again in Konongo. So we found mercury. We're talking of arsenic presence as well in our soil. So not just one metal that we're talking about. We've mentioned mercury. Now the arsenic contamination as well, above 40,000% at the soil at Konongo Zongo. At Konongo Odumase, we're seeing 32,000% as well. For lead, in our water, we're seeing 9,600% above limit in water at Esiakwa. Was seen above 833% at Akwabusu, and this was found particularly in our fish as well. And this latest report, and I see you squinting a bit,
absolutely,
because you could be consuming, right, this without even knowing.
This is groundwater we're talking about.
Yes. The
same groundwater that flows within the network of rivers that we have.
Absolutely.
Which will finally end up in our taps.
And I want to go a step further. When you say groundwater, it moves just beyond the groundwater to the wells that are dug, right, and then the boreholes as well. And so they took samples from the wells and then the boreholes as well, which had been dug, and were finding these levels of contamination in them. And so some people will say, oh, I can dig a borehole. Well, you're not really exempt when it comes to the dangers of what
this is before treatment.
I
mean, when we stick with water alone, this is before
This is before treatment. But remember, treatment doesn't remove metals.
Absolutely.
It doesn't remove any of these metals. And this is lead, which we're finding. And it goes on to the crops now, where we're seeing in excess of 3,000% above limits. And that's what we know.
Wow. I'm worried about the food I'm going to eat this afternoon, the fish we're going to consume.
Absolutely.
I mean, and these are areas where we grow a lot of our foods.
That's what
we're going to be using this.
That's what we're moving to next. And so for where the research team focused their work on, these are food basket regions.
Right.
So you mentioned the Ashanti region, the Eastern region, Western North, Central region, and then Savannah region as well. These are areas where we get food from: grains, tomatoes, contomere, cassava, you call it what. We're getting all of these from there. And someone will ask, okay, yes, we see this and we're worried, but there is direct correlation which we're already seeing from
the Konebu Teaching Hospital,
that in certain cases, we're seeing figures in terms of cardiovascular diseases crossing. We're yet to end the year, but if you look at the first column, nearly 3,000. That beats or that surpasses all other years since 2021. And so when the subject of Galamsey comes up and we're talking about it, these are the numbers and these are the things which are directly affecting us, and you're seeing it play out. The air that you breathe as well, potentially you could be breathing harmful substances. This work put together by the Environmental Protection Agency and Pure Earth as well.
I mean, so even if the water company were to treat, first of all, we don't want to pay too much for water.
It costs us a lot more.
They still won't get everything out.
Absolutely.
Which means that we will be consuming some of these heavy metals.
Absolutely.
And they are not good for our health.
I mean, the data is there to see in terms of what this is. And last week when we asked a direct question, is there direct correlation between what is happening and these figures or these numbers we're seeing?
And
the response we got was yes. And so there is for all of us to see in terms of Galamsey. But that's it.
Will you drink water today?
If you don't drink it, you will die.
Oh my goodness.
That's it for By the Numbers.
We are in a very terrible situation.
Terrible situation. But it's time for us to go as well. You will drink water because if you don't drink it, you will die. But this is where we are. Kidney disease.
Not prayer would save us at this time. We have to do something about it.
Absolutely.
And immediately as well.